Okay, you can start anytime you want.
The next house is 706 High Street, and it's the home of James Luckenbug. James Luckenbug was the youngest son of Charles Bug. He was the brother of Fred Bug, who built 700 High Street. James Luckenbug was as I said, the youngest of the children that came to Farmville, and we're not sure exactly when the house was built, but we think it was built around 1906, and probably by Mr. Twelvetree. He had two children. Well, first of all, Mr. Luckenbug went to work for the bank, and the bank he worked for was People's Bank, and he worked his way up and he became president of the bank. In 19 I've forgotten. I guess in 1903, I think it was, he married Hesse St. Clair Woodford, and she came to Farmville from Anniston, Alabama, because her sister was the director of the training school at Longwood, the normal school at that time at Longwood. And he met Hesse, and they were married, and they had two children. One was Mary St. Clair Bug, and the other was James Luckenbug Jr. Now, Mary St. Clair Bug was educated at Longwood, and James Luckenbug went to Hampden-Sydney College and then to the University of Virginia, where he got his master's and his doctorate degree. He became president of the University of Missouri, and then he became the second president of Old Dominion University. That house, I don't know who bought it next.
We'll figure it out.
We'll find that out.
I don't know who. I know that today Miss Elizabeth Etheridge lives there.
I can pull it up for you, and I'll cut out where we're talking right now. Just let it roll, and then we'll start, and I'll cut out any screwy part. Let me see, we're going to talk. Is this 706? 706. Yep, I'm in the wrong one. I think here's the one I need to be open. 70. Okay, 706, Luckenbug. Okay, there are your owners. Can you see that?
No, I can't see that.
All right, James Luckenbug. Then it fell to Claire Bug, and then they sold it to a fellow named Paul Rolillard.
I don't know.
Do you know anything about him? Okay, and then it went to Libby Etheridge.
Yeah.
And she still owns it, right?
Right.
Okay, well, let me just go ahead and start over, like talking about the owners again.
Okay.
Go ahead and just say the owners were or whatever.
All right. Mr. Luckenbug, we think, built the house around 1906 when he married Hesse St. Clair Woodford. After his death, the house was owned by his daughter, Mary St. Clair Holland, and then it went to, I don't know.
We think Paul Rollard, who nobody knows.
And today it's owned by Elizabeth Etheridge.
Yes.
And her picture was in the Farmville magazine back in March with her beautiful gardens in the back.
And who did, anybody particular design those gardens?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. But one thing about Miss Bug, Miss Hesse Bug, she attended the normal school, the state normal school, and she helped with the founding of Zeta Tau Alpha sorority and remained active all her life with the national organization of Zeta Tau Alpha. In fact, all the ladies on High Street at that time were educated at the normal school, and many of them became members of Zeta Tau Alpha sorority.
Okay.
I think that's enough, but I think, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's good, Kay.
That was good. And I'll cut it where we were stumbling along. Okay, I guess we'll try to get going here again. Thank Okay, we've got, I said 2 more houses, but it's actually about 2.5, I guess we'd say. At the last minute, Caroline informed me that we needed to add 800 because it went with 706, 710. We went with 710, so we'll get to that in a second. Let's see. You only want to leave the lights on or off? Off. Okay, off. Everybody wants off, so we're going to get a big slideshow. And I hope we have the right video with this. Okay. James Luckett Bug home in 706 High Street. And let's see if we have the right video to go with this. Yes.
James Rockenberg was the youngest son of Charles Bug. He was the brother of Sandra. He built 700 High Street. James Rockenberg was the, as I said, the youngest of the children of St.
members that are here tonight. Okay?
I'm Jim Holland. Those folks are my grandparents. I'm Mary St. Clair's favorite son. Her only son. Claire is my sister, and Ann is my cousin, and Ann is James Luckin's daughter. That's my wife Sandra and Claire's husband Bob. Mom said she wasn't sure about living on High Street growing up because she could never get into trouble because she was kin to everybody on High Street.
That happened for generations, Jimmy. That happened for generations.
I know. The neat thing about that house, there are a couple of neat things about it. One, the living room is octagonal. It's 8-sided. There's a fireplace on one wall. There's a fireplace on the bedroom above it. I've never seen a fire in either one. I used to think the house was huge when I was little. Looking back on it, I realized the 2 closets would fit inside of our closet with room to spare. There was no closet space. The dining room was big. The kitchen was huge. There used to be a pantry. They turned that into a bathroom when my father fell and broke his hip. The back of the house, you see 2 floors from the front. From the back, you can see 3 floors. The basement had 2 rooms. They were unfinished. One of them had all the tools for working outside. The other one was where they used to put coal for the old coal permits. It was black, it was dusty, and I don't know why, but I was never allowed to play in that room. What else do we know about it? There was in the back, there was a porch that ran all the way across the back, behind the dining room and kitchen. And then upstairs, there was a porch that ran behind my uncle's room, and then there was what they call the sleeping porch, which I used to be scared of because I didn't think it was completely level. I thought it was slanted, and I was afraid if I slept out there, it was going to fall off.
Okay, well, appreciate that information. I will explain to y'all how we came to have so much of the above information.
Could you come and see something?
Back in 1918, Ann Payne over here, next to Jimmy, she donated a large amount of the Bug family history, including the Bug Journal, where they came over from England, and the Bug family photo album, which was mostly from 1921 up through about 1940. So we have all that stored over at Longwood, and the Bug family album is available online, and I do have the address where you would need to go on the Longwood Library Digital Commons page. You can flip through the family album and see all the pictures. And anything you'd like to say, Annie?
No, Jimmy's got the memories. I have the pictures, Jimmy has the memories.
Okay. Yes. So we are very enriched with all the information on the bugs. So let's continue on with this. There's another picture, and there's a picture taken in 1985. And that is one of the pictures that the Historical Society took when they were making the historical district. There's a picture taken on the front porch of that house in August of '49, and I'm thinking, according to this article, that's James Luckenbug and his wife and Mary St. Clair, right? Okay. And Mary St. Clair and Scotty's mother and my mother were all in Farmville High School together, and I had their annual from 1939, two banks downtown, and one of them was the People's Bank. And so we did a real long, in-depth study of Mr. Bug back in probably 2019 or something like that. But Mr. Bug was born in 1877. He's one of the children, probably the last child of Charles Bug. They brought 6 over with them from England, and then there was 1 or 2 more born after they got here, and I think he was the youngest. So he passed away in April of 1960. And like I said, his parents were Charles Bug and Martha King, who came over from England. And there's another picture of him, same picture. And then this is his wife, Claire Woodruff Bug. Am I right there? Okay. And that picture, I'm thinking, was taken at one along with the annuals, probably, in 1905. Kay is not with us tonight because she didn't want to come out in the rain. So she had a little more information, but do you have anything on that?
And this case came from the National Zeta book.
National Zeta book, yes.
Okay.
So there's the bank Mr. Bug worked at. Of course, today that corner is the brew house, or it was recently the brew house. But this part right here was the bank, and on the other side was a little grocery store at the time. Again, this may be Mr. James Luckenberg, not sure. Okay, and over here probably too. And then who is this?
My mother and his father.
Okay, right there, okay. And these, again, came from the annual that Ann donated to the Historical Society. And we must have 30 or 40 pages